Okay. Testing, testing. All right. Looks like everything is good. Oh, hello, everyone. We're here. And it's been a little while. We're going to talk about what's going on and everything. Non-traditional stream tonight. No music or anything. We're going to be face cam only. It's not going to be a particularly long stream either. No gameplay or anything. Just got to catch up with you guys, get all my thoughts in order and everything, let you all know what's going on, where things are at, what's going to be going on with the channel for the next little while, all that type of fun stuff. So, yeah, we'll let people trickle in here for a sec. I see we have a decent number of people here already. That's good. I'm just going through and making sure that everything is working from a tech standpoint. Just got my my PC set back up at the apartment today. Was having some issues with drives not working. There was some stuff that got disconnected as I was moving it around and everything, but everything is now working, so that's good. Everything is connected the way that it needs to be. Duplicates of programs that I had installed on different drives when I was up at my parents' place have now been neutralized, and all of the original installations of said programs have taken their proper place at the top of the food chain, so that's all good. And it seems like everything is functioning properly. So, all right, let me go ahead and get the going live off the screen here. I think that should be working. There we go. Okay. Lighting's not the best. It was better when it was actually bright out, but I mean, it'll do. It's not, I don't need to look pretty for this. I just need to be able to talk to you guys. So, hello everyone. We're here. We're back. It's been a minute. I know that, for videos, streams, whatever else. So my apologies for that. But of course I am still Titanium Leg Man, Tom, as it were. And a lot of things have been going on, in my personal life and everything. And I'll be honest about this. This is not going to be a fun stream. It's not going to be a happy stream, for me more than anybody else, but it's a lot of heavy topics, a lot of things that are important to go over with you guys because they're going to be impacting my time and my ability to stream, do videos, focus on channel things and everything. So I feel like it is worth talking about with y'all. Because of that, and because as much as people tell me all the time, and I very much appreciate that they do, that I need to focus on me and family and whatever goings on may be happening in life, that's more important. Absolutely. But at the end of the day, YouTube is still my primary income. And while I hesitate to say like, oh, this is a company, when something is happening with your company or a group or whatever, the people who are involved in it need to know what's going on, right? At least that's my view. So I need to talk to you guys about what's going on. So again, we'll give it a second while people continue to filter in here, but I do see a number of fine folks in chat. I see Rusty. Hello, Rusty. McCloutierg, Soul Whitehorn, Jiangxi, Riley, Light. Hello. Chaos Kazero. Hello, everyone. I appreciate y'all being here, and I will double check the Twitch chat as well on my phone, as always. Because unfortunately, especially now, I've not had the opportunity to get that squared away just yet as far as having integrated chats. It's been long enough since the previous stream. I don't know if anyone will be on Twitch anyway, other than McCloutierg, who is always in both places, and I do appreciate that. Thank you, sir. Oh, no, Che. So many people have been having that happen. And I should have recognized the profile picture because I did recognize it. But yeah, I don't remember. YouTube did some change a little while back where it like separated people's usernames from, I guess, like their Gmail names. I'm not sure what they did because it's the same for me for both. But yeah, I know that's happened to a lot of people. So as always, people just let me know, especially if I don't recognize your profile picture or whatever, if you are especially a long-term member of chat or the community or whatever, and I don't have the right name for you, just let me know. And eventually, slowly, I'll remember who's who, and we can try to use the right names. So proud to be a stockholder with no risk. Yeah, that's a thing. That is absolutely a thing. Hey, Patty, good to see you. Um, so yeah, obviously I've not been here for a little while, and we need to talk about why. So we can go ahead and get into that. We'll probably only be going for 20, 30 minutes here, depending on how long we're chatting, how long I'm responding to y'all in the actual chats here and everything, and how many different little tangents and things that we go on, questions that people ask and everything. So a couple of weeks ago, I had put out the word that I was going to be absent for a little while as my mother was not doing well health-wise. And for those of you who've been around the channel for a long time, you may remember a few years ago, I think three and a half years ago now, when we were primarily covering Darkest Dungeon 2, I was talking about how I was at my parents' place for an extended period of time, helping them out because my mother was dealing with lung cancer. And that is unfortunately not the first time that she has had to deal with cancer. It was actually her third time dealing with cancer. And as many, if not most of you know at this point, I myself am a cancer survivor. My dad is also a cancer survivor. All three members of my immediate family are unfortunately intimately familiar with the disease. So I had gotten news from my family, from my dad, that my mother was not doing well and that they suspected that she had potentially relapsed. So I went up there to help out, take some of the strain off my dad, see what I could do just in support, talking to doctors, making food, whatever. Since then, things have gone downhill significantly. And without beating around the bush or mincing words about it, my mom's not going to make it. I was on call with her and our family and the doctors today, and they don't think there's any viability for radiation, chemotherapy, anything. They're recommending hospice, having her at home as healthy as she can be, as comfortable as she can be, so she can spend time with myself and my dad. My aunt on my dad's side has come out from across the country to help out for as long as she's able. Jane obviously has been back and forth helping where she's able, and my mom wants to spend time with all of us as much as she's able to do. So she has cancer everywhere, basically, and multiple types, primarily lung cancer and squamous cell tumors. So given her age and the severity of her case and the fact that she wants to be able to spend her time as comfortably as she can, treatment doesn't seem worth it, which I respect. I totally understand. Having gone through cancer myself and at a much younger age, I totally get it. So that is the biggest news. And part of the reason that I've been away for as long as I have been. However, Jane and I had been up at my parents' place over the weekend. Jane came up to help out for a few days, and then we were going to head home together. And then that's when the second half of things hit. And as we were leaving the hospital after visiting my mom, and we were going to be heading straight home from there, I got a call from my dad, and he sounded like he was dying. And he had essentially collapsed, couldn't breathe, could barely speak. So I immediately had to call an ambulance for him, and Jane and I rushed back to my parents' house to see what was going on. By the time we got there, the ambulance was there. They were doing scans on him, checking him out, and after hours and being at the hospital eventually with him and many tests and discussions with doctors and nurses, they told us that his heart is failing. in the midst of all this, from a combination of just previous strain from heart attacks and stress, blood pressure. His blood pressure was over 200. The EMT had never seen anything higher before. So they obviously, Jane and I stayed for a few more days until we could find out what was going on. And fortunately, that night is when my aunt was coming in via her flight, so she was able to take over for us. And then a couple days later, we were able to get home and speak to our respective workplaces and things about what was going on. But they found that my dad's heart is failing. They actually got him in for surgery today, put extra stents in his heart to support the ones that he already had from his heart attack previously 5 or 6 years ago now. And from all reports after the surgery today, he is doing okay. So that is a blessing. Absolutely. I don't want to be overtly negative in an already negative situation. He is doing much better now, which I am obviously ecstatic about. But he still has to take it very easy. The strain of all of this with my mom and everything is, of course, going to take a toll on anyone, let alone someone in that situation. So that brings me around to the overall topic, and I'll catch up with you guys in chat for a second. I'm going while I have a clear head of steam, and I'm not overly emotional about it, because I've had my time to cry already, and I will have more, of course. But while I'm clear-headed, I want to just keep the ball rolling. So, obviously, things are falling largely to me to handle this. I am an only child. The majority of my family, including my aunt, who are still in the picture, are across the country. Both of my both sets of grandparents, I should say, on my mom and my dad's side are passed. So there's not many people that we can draw on to help at this point. So I'm going to be very involved, as I'm sure you can imagine, in their care, in helping my dad recover, in caring for my mom as we see what time she has left. And of course, just for myself, spending as much time with them as I can beyond helping get set up for hospice and, moving things around the house, making sure that my dad isn't under too much strain, rallying friends that I have in the area to help me move things, cooking food, all that type of stuff. To say nothing of the legal side of things that I'll be helping my dad with wherever I can. So I don't know what my availability is going to be. Things like, supporter thanks at the end of videos, Q&As, which I've already slipped on, and I've been planning on revamping. I have a lot of things that I want to do for the Patreon, actually, to revamp in terms of like bonus content, incentives, extra things as thanks for direct supporters, all that type of stuff. Things that I've been wanting to work on, as well as I have a number of different videos that I want to do for indie devs that I'm close with. I think in particular of Blind Coco, the developer of Gales of Nieli, who has been incredibly patient and understanding. I've been trying to get a very positive review of Gales of Nieli out for months now, and it just hasn't happened. There's a lot of obligations like that I want to get to. Regularly scheduled streams, everything, all of it. Just the normal goings-on of the channel are obviously going to be very disrupted. My plan is to dismantle my setup, bring it up to my parents' place, have everything as functional as I can, so that in what time that I have, I can make videos and stream and put stuff out there. Not just because I need to for work, but because I want to. Because that's, I started the channel as a hobby, as something that I enjoy, and that hasn't changed. I want to be able to do it just for my own comfort, you know? It's something I've gotten very used to. It's a part of my routine for the last 6 years, which is insane. So I want to keep things going as best I can, but I can't promise any sort of regularity, any sort of particular schedule for who knows how long. So that's where things largely stand in the general gist. I won't get too down in the weeds just because, it doesn't matter for you guys, and I'll keep some measure of privacy for my family and everything. That's kind of where things are at the moment. It's hard. It's really hard. The number one thing that my mom keeps saying to me is she thought that there would be so much more time to do things with me, my dad, with Jane. Now there's not. And it's not something that any of us were expecting, obviously. But it's hard. So, yeah, that's the general news. My plan right now, barring any other unexpected changes, emergency situations, or anything like that, will be to stream the end of Final Fantasy Tactics tomorrow, because I am really excited for it. I want to do the end of Midlight's Deep. I've got the thumbnail made for it. I'm ready to go. I want to do the end of Midlight's Deep. I want to clear Zodiark. I want to do our victory lap and set up final builds for all of our characters. Like, I've been wanting to do that. I just haven't had the time. So I should be able to do that tomorrow. I'm going to try to get a couple of videos done. I have a sponsored segment that I need to get done as well that I'm on contract for. So I need to get that squared away. And then sometime in the next week or so, I'll probably be going back up to my parents to help out once they're able to get discharged from the hospital, because they're both in the hospital and have been. And then try to keep things semi-normal from there. I'd love to maybe try to film something with my mom, just because she and my dad are the only reason that I'm doing this. Their support and the positivity that they've given me with all of this, I'd like to do that so that you guys can know her a little bit. But obviously, who knows if that's something she'd be comfortable doing, or if we'll have time for it or want to do it. But right in the moment right now, I would like to do that. So we'll see. Maybe that'll be something that I can do and show you guys. Yeah, that's the general gist. Let me see what y'all are saying in chat. Nothing really on the Twitch side of things. Just a lot of kindness from you guys, I see. Thank you guys. I really do appreciate it. It's, yeah, I mean, like Riley says, fuck cancer, basically, is what it comes down to. I've talked before about how I've lost a lot of people to cancer over the course of my life, and it's affected a lot of people in my family and friends, people who've become friends as a result. It's an absolutely terrible thing. So, I've been wanting to do a fundraiser or like a charity thing for children's cancer research, something along those lines. But I'm not knowledgeable really about how to properly do that. And I want to be before I try to do anything like that. There's endless examples of YouTubers doing charity things and it going awry and being a problem. And even just through incompetence or lack of understanding or ignorance on my part, I don't want to have that happen for something that's that important to me. But it is something that I want to do in the future. Now more than ever, for sure. So we'll see if we can make that happen. Hope you keep strong this month, sir. Thank you, Patty. Thank you. You're the rock your family needs right now. Yeah, I mean, that's the best that I can be, right? My parents are the reason that I'm still here doing what I do because they gave so much and went so far, even as parents, to save me physically, mentally, emotionally when I was going through my treatment back in 2007. So being able to do whatever I can for them, however that might be, whatever that might mean, just seems fair, just seems right. If I can do for them what they did for me in any capacity, then I'll be proud. We'll support you no matter how things turn out. Well, thank you, Rusty. Yeah, I mean, you more than anyone has always been there. And you've let me vent a lot over the years. So thank you for that. And thank you for everything, always. Sorry to hear. Would you rather direct support through Patreon or through YouTube? I mean, if anyone is looking to support the channel as I'm trying to like keep just like videos going and everything, honestly, Patreon is the way to go. I just get a much better cut through Patreon than through YouTube. People just want to donate or gift memberships or whatever and do so through YouTube. Like, that's fine. But if you want to know the most optimal way, then Patreon is the way to go. Just no beating around the bush with that. I hope I speak for everyone saying that we aren't going anywhere. Well, and that's my hope as well. Absolutely. And that's the thing. I talk about this just through the normal ups and downs of YouTube, let alone any outstanding circumstances like this with my YouTube partners all the time. Like, you have people who do 1 or 2 videos a year and they're fine. Their audiences are still there. I do way more than that because I'm a much smaller channel, and the type of content that I do, I'm not like doing long form 3-hour video essays that take months and months to research and edit. So I put out a lot more stuff to be at a comparative level of content and production and everything. But me not being able to do that for 2, 3, 4 weeks, a month, couple of months, it's not make or break by any means. Especially now the channel is big enough and everything that I can weather that a little bit, but I do want to keep things going as best I can. So, yeah, it's not the end of the world, but it's still something that I need to make sure that I keep going. Virtual hugs, my guy. Seriously. Thank you, Rusty. Seriously. Really. No, I appreciate it. There's been a lot of support. And obviously, given the situation, people tend to be supportive, but from folks at my day job, from Jane, obviously, all of my friends, hell, my YouTube partners who are just people I know for business, basically, were like, man, if you ever need to talk, you need a friend, you just let us know. Like, that is not something I'm used to. And you guys as well. Like, I don't expect anyone to put themselves forward like that, because I know we all have so much shit that we're dealing with constantly. So to see so many people just automatically, thoughtlessly offering to help however they can is powerful. It's very powerful. It's very impactful. Should have set an alarm, missed the stream notification. Have we already covered ways we can keep supporting the channel, feeding the algorithm, etc.? Well, I mean, we just kind of covered that. As far as feeding the algorithm and stuff, yeah, I mean, all the normal things, really, the normal YouTube things, just watch the stuff that I put out, leave a comment, even if it's just like first or for the algorithm or whatever. Liking videos, if you have the new hype mechanic feature, I don't know how well that's really going for YouTube, but it is a thing. You can hype videos to help boost them in the algorithm. There's all the normal YouTube stuff, really, especially if you aren't able to or don't want to or not comfortable with, all of which is completely understandable, to help monetarily or anything like that. Just doing that stuff for the videos, even old videos. is helpful. You know, some of my best performing videos are ones that I had out for a year before they caught any traction. So just engaging with the channel really is the best thing you can do. Careful not to burn yourself out. My father's cancer battle took a toll on me as well. I'm sure it did. I'm sure it did. And I'm sorry that you had to deal with that as well. And the unfortunate reality is that I am quite familiar with all of this. You know, I've gone through multiple cancer battles with both of my parents, and this one's different now, but it is something that I'm knowledgeable about. I'm used to. So kind of fucked up as it is, I'm prepared for it in a weird way, which I'm not going to deny it does help. It absolutely does help. Thank you, guys. Good marathon videos from you on my computer to help boost the algorithm. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, just hell, if there's a playlist of a game that you like, just leave it running, you know? That helps. More than you would think, actually. We cried together for the debut of Tactics, the Evilise Chronicles, sir. Like in Wolf of Wall Street, I'm staying. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And Haley, it's an exemplary attitude. Thank you. I mean, I try. I try. Yeah. I think that's pretty much everything, everybody. Now that I've talked a little bit and just gotten it out there with y'all, I plan to put together posts to put on like the YouTube community page, Twitter, Patreon, Discord, all that type of stuff, just so as many people as possible are in the loop. I just didn't really know what I wanted to say or how I wanted to say it, but going a little stream of consciousness here with y'all helped with that. So maybe tomorrow, once I've slept on it a little bit, I'll put that out there so that people know what's going on. And then, yeah, seriously, I look forward to doing Midlights Deep and the victory lap of Tactics and everything tomorrow. I think that's going to be a really good time.
Anguish to an empty purse.
And Rabby. Rabby with the 10. Sorry, brother. Always near the holidays, man. I swear. Yeah. No, yeah. Yeah, it always seems to happen that way. That's the big thing that I'm hoping. I'm really hoping that whatever time my mom has, it's enough time to do Thanksgiving, Christmas, maybe New Year's. I don't really know. We have no timeline or anything, but because cooking is the big thing that my mom does. You know, I've talked before about how I cook. Cooking is one of my hobbies. It's a passion of mine. And it's because of her. A lot of the recipes that I make are because of her. And that's probably the thing that's going to hurt the most is not having as much time as I would have thought to cook with her, to share recipes that I've found, introduce her to new cuisines, because that's something I've done a lot of in the last few years. Just for my relationship with her, that's probably going to be one of the hardest things. So, if possible, hopefully, I'll have the opportunity to help make a really nice Thanksgiving, a really nice Christmas for them, in terms of food, if nothing else. So, yeah, I think that's where I've got to call it. I'm starting to get emotional. So, thank you guys for listening. Thank you for letting me do this very unorthodox stream. Thank you to everyone who's been here, and Rabby for the generosity, and everyone for your well wishes. It's more impactful than you might think. So thank you. And I will keep you guys up to date on what's going on, what my availability is. I'll put out stuff when and where I can because I want to, because it's important for me to do so. I promise I'll do my best to not burn out or overextend myself, and I'll devote the lion's share of my time to being with my family. So, for now, my name has been Tom, otherwise known as Titanium Legman. Thank you for all your well wishes. I hope that you all have a good night. I hope that the mood of this stream hasn't brought you down too much. And more than ever before, I hope that you all stay safe, stay healthy out there, And please, be good to each other. Be good to your family, to your friends, and to yourself. Because there's only so much time. And it's worth spending with the people who matter. And it's worth spending for your own happiness, too. I'll talk to you all later, guys. Have a good day, afternoon, or night. Whatever it might be for you. Peace out. I'll talk to y'all soon.
A mighty